Man, it feels wonderful to be standing next to Mr. Wonderful. Phil Davis, Anton Scoro, BJPin.com. We're out here at the UFC Fan Expo, currently here at the MMA Draft. Phil, you've been a big part of this. Talk to me a little bit about where this came from, where the thought came from, and what you guys are doing out here for amateur MMA today.
What we're really just trying to do is just further the sport and help amateurs get to the next level, and help them be seen. What we're having right now is our MMA Draft Combine. It's really the first of its kind, and what we're going to do here is we're going to do some skill analysis, we're going to do some athletic things, and really get a gauge for the kind of talent that are out there. And we're looking for the best athletes out there in the nation, and I'm pretty sure we found them. Just off of the resumes that were submitted, we have some absolute studs in this combine, so I'm excited.
So that being said, this is different. We spoke to Danny Castillo a little bit earlier, and he said, this is a way to really gauge where amateur MMA is currently at the moment because there's not a national stage. So where did this idea come from? Because it's you, Uriah. I mean, there's some big names out here working with these kids, and it's a great opportunity because 10 years ago this wasn't around for the sport. So what made you guys think of this?
Uriah and I, we just sat down. It was actually our first conversation. We met before, and it was our first conversation. He and I were just chopping it up about this and that and some businesses he had going on, some great arrangements he had going on with his sponsors. And from there, I just told him some of my ideas, and he's like, Phil, we got to move on this. That's a great idea, Phil. And I was like, yeah, you're right. You're right, Uriah. And, we just started developing it, and a couple years later, here it is. So it's exciting.
So, Phil, what is the ultimate goal with this? Because I could see one of two things happening with this. I could see this being an every year at the expo type of thing, but I could also see you guys branching out and really creating something this, where every single year it happens, guys fly in from all over the country, maybe even all over the world. What's the ultimate goal for you guys with this, and how far do you want to take it?
It would be great to have it at the expo area, but we also do want to get bigger than a one-a-year just kind of deal. Really, it's we gotta find the best talent that's out there. Every so often the sport has to evolve, and right now, even when we were trying to get this started, we were being met with a little bit of resistance because people don't want to be known as the best amateur guy in the nation. They don't want to be known as the guy that wins every wrestling tournament, every grappling tournament, because then it'll be hard to get fights. And that's got to change. The sport has got to get bigger than that. Listen, if you are not ready to stand on top of the mountain and say, yeah, I'm the best in the nation, what of it? Then you're not the guy. But these guys here have signed up to be the best in the nation, and they're going to do it. And that is where the sport's going to go. It has to, in order for the sport to grow at the top, it has to grow at the bottom. And these guys here, they're ready to test their skills and against not only their peers, but also against some of the pros. We went through it. I should say they went through it. I didn't get a chance to go through it yet, and really test their skills and see what they're all made of.
I see what this really is. This is a feeder program for Alliance and for Alpha Male to have the best in the nation coming to you guys. I see what's going on here.
Yes, no, kidding. No, but honestly, it's even if you have great talent in your city, they don't necessarily know where if you live in Albuquerque and you don't know about Greg Jackson, this is a great opportunity for Greg to reach out and say, hey, you are a super stud in my own backyard. I had no idea. Would you like to come and train with my team? It's the same thing for anyone, no matter who you are or where you are. It's a great opportunity for you to become seen as an amateur athlete. There's no one out there promoting the amateur athletes and helping them reach their goals.
All right, so speaking of goals, man, you're a guy who's had some very, very big goals inside this sport, and we continue to see you reach those. Winning your last fight against Vinny, now you have a huge opportunity in front of you fighting a guy like Lyoto Machida. I've got to know, Phil, how did this fight come about, and what were your thoughts when Lyoto's name was tossed in the hat for you?
It happened just like that. I'm excited to take any fight. Lyoto Machida, obviously former champion. It's a big fight, and I'm always up for fights like that.
Well, and now we're seeing you start to fight the top of the division. I mean, you're taking your place just like a lot of people thought you would. how big is this fight for you? Because you've had big fights, and I think each fight starts to get a little bit bigger for you as you continue to go. But I mean, this is a marquee fight. I mean, this is a huge fight. When I think of this fight, it's huge for the fans. It's huge for you. It's good for the sport as well.
Absolutely. He's been the number one contender for a while, and I'm looking to get to be that number one contender position. And you really can't get anywhere in this sport unless you take it from someone. You know, these guys are looking to be the best in the nation, and if you're not here at the MMA Draft Combine, then you're gonna have to beat these guys' scores next year.
All right, Phil. So one last question before I let you go. Your teammate Alex is fighting for the title against John Jones. Recent news. You could be one fight away from a title shot. Which one is a better scenario for you? Stepping in and facing a guy like John Jones, or stepping in and facing a guy who you've trained with, who's a friend, who you also have a win over?
It doesn't matter. You know, my teammate wins, I win. You know, we both fight for a title. That's a win-win-win. That's a trifecta. Who doesn't win in that situation? So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
All right, Phil, before I let you go, you want to go ahead and give anybody a shout-out, tell them where they can follow you?
Absolutely. Please follow me on Twitter at Phil Mr. Wonderful. There's a fake Instagram. He's not Phil Mr. Wonderful. The real me on Instagram is Phil MRW. Do not follow that guy, Phil Mr. Wonderful, on Instagram. Anyhow, follow me on Facebook. What else? Oh, PhilMrWonderful.com. Duh. Also, check out MMA Draft. If you guys are not here, check out MMA Draft. Oh, you guys are here, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's awesome. And Affliction, Lug Shoes, Microtech, obviously BJPen.com. You know that.
You know that.
Thank you guys a lot.
Anton Scoro, BJPen.com. Mr. Wonderful, Phil Davis.